Hello guys, I just put a video for interview questions, JavaScript interview questions recently, right? You might be watching this too. Okay. So so in, so now yeah, I can put a video for other questions. Okay, that would be fine. That's okay, completely okay. But I thought before that I could share that in the interview experience with you. Okay, so the how the questions first came, what were the questions asked. Okay, so if I share with you, if I discuss with you those things here, sometimes I thought perhaps it may help you, right? So that's why I am going to discuss those things with you here today. So during the interview I have noted the questions. Okay. Let me check it once and recall it with you. So this is one of the reputed company I attended this interview. Okay. So the first question. Okay, where I can put this thing. Okay. Okay, let me keep it here. Do I need glasses? Okay. So the first question was this. Okay. So first it was started by uh, uh, asking me to introduce my about myself. Okay, the self introduction went well. Okay, so basically the self introduction just formal, right? We used to say what is the experience we have. Okay, nowadays we are not saying it's like I am Jagdish, I am coming from cultures, those things. Okay, we are saying what I am, what is the role I am in, where I am working. Then we directly switch to how many years of experience we have and what are then we explain about our project experience because they are more keen on learning about our project experience. So we just directly jump into that topic. Okay. So in that recent interview, okay, so I can tell you it's a JavaScript interview, but it is for a lead role. Okay. So I can tell you, okay. So what are the questions I faced? I just thought of discussing with you. So I would like to share that with you. Okay. So if perhaps sometimes it may be useful to few people, right? So we can discuss that here today. So the first question is, it is just a symbol. Okay. So it was like he was in my first video. If you see, I was discussing about few objects and its data types. Okay. So that was the first question asked. The interviewer was asking, he was declaring a variable a. Okay, in JavaScript compiler, he was declaring a variable a and assigning a value null and was asking about what its type is. Then he was declaring, initializing it with undefined and was asked now what is its type is. Then he was asking me mm, yeah, to write on code. Okay, so where okay, he was given on array, he want to manipulate that data. Okay, so but then he wanted to call that array with a method a list of. Okay, and it should list all values. Okay, so here he was indirectly asking me about prototype as well. So this is the first 10 minutes it went with these questions. Okay, then I was quite good in explaining all things. Okay, it went well. Then the next is he was asking me about what is curry. Okay, so that also I put a video. So if you want, you guys can see. So he was asking me curry. I told the definition well. Okay, then he asked where it can be used. What is the purpose of currying? Okay, so those things we need to prepare. Okay, it was also I was discussed in one video. Okay, if you want, you can check. Okay, then he was asking me about promise. Okay, so what is the purpose of promise, those things. So I was telling, then he asked me about what are the methods are in promise. Then I was telling resolve method is there or promise dot all is there, so like it. Then the next question is like there is a method in promise dot raise. Okay, what is the purpose of that method? Okay, so if you are studying about promise, so study all the methods. Okay, if you are learning about promise, all the methods, don't even skip any one of the method. Okay, it will create a issue. Then after discussing about promise, then the question slightly go to, so go to what question next? Yeah, yes, symbols. Okay, he was asking me about. He was asking me data types. What are the data types are there in JavaScript? I told him. Then he suddenly switched, asked me that, okay, so in data types, uh, from primitive data types, we have a type called symbol, right? So I told him just quickly the definition. Then he asked, what is the purpose of symbol and where it can be used? Can you tell me the real-time scenario where it can be used? Okay. Okay, so this is another one question asked. Okay, then after symbols, yeah, then okay, one more question is there. Then I get remember that I'll tell you. Okay. Then yeah. Then next, mm, he moved to CSS. Okay. He moved to CSS. Okay. The role is for Angular developer. Okay. Angular lead. Okay. But the question starts from JavaScript. Then he moved to CSS. In CSS, he was asking me about. First, he asked what is the difference or purpose of Flexbox and Grid. Okay, so that is the one question asked. Then, yeah, uh, that kind of things also you need to prepare. Then another one question asked is, oh, what about pseudo classes? Okay, what is the purpose of pseudo class? Okay, in that area another one question is asked. Then after that, mm, yeah, those are the two questions I faced in CSS. Okay, okay. Then after that, yeah, from this CSS, HTML, he asked about what is web accessibility. Okay, how can you provide web accessibility to the application you are developing? So this also asked. Okay, so prepare that if you are planning to attend the interview. Then okay, I think these are the questions from JavaScript and CSS, I think. Okay, then next he moved to Angular. Okay, so in Angular, it was mostly common questions like, so the different, what is the purpose of observable? What is the purpose of RxJS? What are the observable methods are there? So what is the purpose of fork join? Then uh, yeah, then how the components communicate. Okay, if there are ways to communicate, right? So those things. Then was I asked about change detection. Okay, so how the change detection works in Angular. That question also asked. And when I was telling that zone.js was responsible for handling change detection, he was asking about zone.js as well. Okay, okay, then. mm, uh, then directives, okay. Of course, directives was asked, okay. Then after that, let me check in my notes if anything is there. Mm, okay. Yeah, yeah. Another one important question is he asked what is the use of type data type, okay, and asked what is the purpose of interface, okay, interface in Angular, okay. Then type data type that also refer it, okay. Don't miss that, okay. Mm, okay, generator function. Another one thing asked is repaint and reflow. Okay, what is the purpose of these methods when these will be called? So this is also the another one question asked. Okay, so these are the questions asked. Okay, then in Angular, then key questions are about how authentication is handled in our application. Those areas also you need to take care. How the session is managed. So what is the size of local storage? How much the data we can keep in browser? Those things also asked. Okay, so in authentication, you should be able to explain everything clearly. Okay, how the system will authenticate is there. Then even they were asking me how the username and password was being sent. okay, in the API. So you should know about what is the encryption, decryption methods are used. So those things as well. Okay, so these are the things asked for Angular. Mm, so this interview is for lead role with 25L. Okay, 25L package. Okay, so if you if you guys are also into this situation, okay, if you guys are also facing the similar interview, okay, I hope perhaps it may help. That's why I'm sharing with you these questions. I already put out two videos for one or two questions. Okay, so these questions were asked in a single interview, so I am planning to put out videos for all these questions. Okay, i I hope it may help a few people, so that's why I am going to do that. Thank you guys. That's all I just like to share with you.